Okay, now we want to go through the VA Daily Report tab. Now, quite simply, this is a tab which you can hide on the Ultimate Sourcing sheet, but there is another sheet that we'll go through which you can share with your VAs on your teams. Now, quite simply, what does it do? Well, first of all, it creates a structure for your VAs where they're sourcing to help them plan out their days, but also as well, it can allow them to write in what they've actually done. So say, for example, in hours 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, they're going to start the day and have a plan of what stores they want to go, what actions they're going to take. And then afterwards, obviously, as that hour goes through, they're going to put in the number of, should we say, actually where they've been, what they've sourced, and how that's worked. Now, in addition to that, so for example, hour 1 might be going to Asda, for example, and then hour 1 on the actual would be going to Asda. But then also in addition to that, instead of recording number of deals, what we actually recommend you record is the estimated spend. Now, for us in our business, the way we run it is quite simply, we always take 1 month's sales. We look at the number of people on the buy box. So say, for example, the 1 month sales is 40 sales per month. The number of people on the buy box, and it's around the buy box who would rotate. Let's say, for example, there are 3 on a product. We'd add 1 more in, which is going to be us selling it. So that would be 4. And then basically we'd take that 40 sales a month and divide it by the number of sellers plus us. And that would give us how many units we would want to buy. So we're looking at estimated spend for 1 month supply. Now that 10, so that 40 sales per month divided by the 3 sellers plus us makes 4. And then we'd multiply that by the buy price. So that's 10 units we want to buy, multiply by the buy price. That might be, say, £10. And then you'd have 10 times 10, that equals £100 estimated spend. Now, quite simply, that is what your VA would put in there. And you might ask why? Well, quite simply, instead of looking at deals, we're trying to encourage them to work on stores where you can spend more money. Now, if you can work on a store where you can buy 100 units versus another store where you can only buy 3 units, obviously buying 100 units is going to be better. So encouraging them to track not number of deals, but estimated spend is going to be really helpful for you. Now, if you're not interested in that and you just want to record deals, not a problem. You can change it and just get them to put deals in. That's fine. But the one big thing the sheet does is actually it takes how much you've purchased. So it automatically links through to your buy sheet. And once you tag up a purchase to a VA, it will record it on this tab. And that will transfer through to their tab. So what we recommend is every single day, the VAs can update what they've done. They can put in, obviously, their estimated spend per product, and that's going to total up automatically. And then finally, what you're going to be looking at is to say the VA will then take a screenshot of that and just share that maybe in like a Slack channel or a WhatsApp chat. And that way you as a business owner can quite simply see what your VA has done for the day, where they've been sourcing, what their plan was, what's actually happened, and where they found results. So you can congratulate them on some fantastic work, or if they're underperforming, you can jump in and give them some support. That's before you've even reviewed the deals. So quite simple, really good. And also as well, because it links back to the buy sheet, it allows your VA to be updated on how they're performing themselves. So they know whether they're performing really well or maybe they're not underperforming. So some really useful information there. But let's jump on the computer now and have a look. Okay, so here we are in the VA Daily Report. Now, quite simply, under your setup, if we just to check here, under your setup, what you want to do is have your VAs in. So, for example, our VA1 is called Virtual Assistant 1. Now, under the VA Daily Report, what you're going to see here is it says VA1, and then it says their name, Virtual Assistant 1, and obviously VA2, Virtual Assistant 2. Obviously, you can call them something different if you want to. And what they're going to do is they're not going to use this sheet. What you've got up here is in this yellow text, it says, please load this doc. So quite simply, you load that up, and it's just going to guide you through. So first things first, obviously make a copy. And it's saying to you right here, number 1, make a copy of this sheet. And then number 2 is going to say, you've got a link down here, you need to change that link. So quite simply, come back to your USF sheet, Ultimate Sourcing sheet, copy this URL, and then quite simply, just paste that URL in there. So paste, that's it. And what that's going to do is it's going to update this sheet and link it to the Ultimate Sourcing sheet. Why? Because you probably don't want all your VAs accessing the Ultimate Sourcing sheet, but you don't mind them accessing another sheet. Now, once you've done that, this red tab here, which is the one you're on, really simple, you can just hide that. So that's where all the data gets imported. And then finally, we have the actual planning results sheet. So again, what we're doing on this sheet is just pulling that data through, really nice and simple. Now, basically, to say that once you click that, that's cool. And obviously you can hide that, so click over to here. Now, once you're in here, this is the actual tab that they can change. So say, for example, you've got your VA1, Virtual Assistant 1 in here. What they're going to do is put in, like, say, for example, they're going to source Asda, and then they go to Asda, and they might put in the spend of, like, estimated spend £100. And that's just going to add up the day. And every day, they're just going to literally update this and share it with you. So quite simply, what are you going to do? Obviously, right now, it has 0 spend. But if we were to come back to the ultimate sourcing sheet and go into our buy sheet, and we come across and we've got a product here that we've just put in, what we're going to do is scroll across. We're going to allocate this now instead of VA2 to VA1, like that. Now what's going to happen is that's going to update across the ultimate sourcing sheet, but also as well, what's going to happen is you'll see that in a second, this will update over here. So it will actually pull in to VA1 sourcing sheet, and that when you've purchased their deals, is then going to update and track over to them. And there you can see it, but because now we've updated the actual date, it's only for this week, it's now put in what the actual spend is, and it's put in the estimated profit for that VA. So quite simply, what can the VA do? Well, really simple. Every day, they can literally load up their snip tool, open up this, and then just take a screenshot of that and share that report of what they've done every single day into a shared Slack channel, into a WhatsApp. And that way you can see how their performance is going, what they've done for the day. And then in addition to that, they can show you and they can get updated on what's going on without you even needing to tell them, because the sheet does it automatically. That is quite simply the ultimate sourcing sheet way of supporting VAs in the VA daily report.